Hello everybody and welcome to the midweek market update from Smack the Markets for the 20th of November. So this week started out with very much a risk-on approach. We had money flowing into US equities and stocks in general, money coming out of safe haven markets. That was until, of course, yesterday, and we saw quite an about turn there with a risk-off sentiment coming quite abruptly into the market. And part of the reasoning behind that is now that the Hong Kong situation is now becoming embroiled into the US and China phase one trade negotiations and putting pressure on the potential result of that. So the concerns are there that that trade deal might not be concluded any sort of time soon. So let's take a look at some of the markets here that we discussed on Monday and how we're sort of looking at the markets now going into the second half of the week. So first of all, if we come and have a look at the Dow here, at the beginning of the week, we were looking for opportunities for this market to continue long, buying opportunities as the market came back into value areas on the intraday timeframes. That concluded actually, and the market pushed on to make some very good gains at the beginning of the week and pushing on to make new highs. That was, of course, until yesterday. And then we saw quite a reverse here. So a switch to risk off approach and traders obviously booking profits here at the highs. So these markets now, they've slipped back quite some way. I suppose the trouble is these trends have been running extremely well. They've been extremely strong on this optimism, this trade deal optimism for some time. And on some time frames, you can see here, like on the weekly, things were looking sort of quite extended and possibly due a bit of a retracement. So we're seeing that retracement at the moment. If we take a look at this on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that on the structure of the trends for a lot of these higher time frames above the 4-hour are still in a long trend situation. So I'm looking for potential sort of resistance or sort of support areas here where the market may well find a bit of support and where we may well have key decision points. And I think 27,700 here on the Dow is the Dow futures contract is a key area. You can see this has been resistance and support many times before, and that sort of brings us into this sort of price point here. So it's still a little bit of a short area here to come down to test that 27,700. If 27,700 doesn't hold and the market sells through that, then we've got the next level here, which is around 27,500. And by that time, we're now, if we break underneath 27,700, a lot of the higher time frame trends are starting to look pressure on the structure of those trends, and they'll be looking to turn to the short side. So if we just take a look at this level here on the daily time frame, you can see back into the 27,700, just brings it back into the moving average zone here, that fair value zone on the daily time frame. But any deeper does start to put a bit of pressure on some of these trend structures. So very much an intraday opportunities here for us on the US indices, and down to those sort of like short opportunities down to those sort of key turning points, and then looking for evidence for longs from there. Now from Monday, we looked at silver short here. We were looking at precious metals sort of weakening. We did get some weakness here in silver. It did move to the short side here on Monday. But then, of course, we've now had quite a turnaround and the market's now sort of looking more bullish. So the short trends on these markets now looking quite under pressure, and you need to come up to very high time frames to still see some of these intact. But my preference really for any trading opportunities on precious metals is more towards the platinum market now. And the reason is that the trend here and the price action is a lot more clearer on platinum. If we come back to the mid time frames here, we can see that the market's back within this sort of trading window that we've taken advantage of many times in the trading room as already, in between sort of the 900 and the 928, 930 area. You can see that the market's well in that area at the moment. So we've got a good trend structure here, good geometry as well. So we're looking for, again, long opportunities here on platinum. This is our preferred precious metal market to the long side, and we've got a trading window up there towards that 9.28 price point. Now, Monday, we also discussed opportunities here on Great British Pound against the Swissy. We were looking for the market here to, as the market had broken out of this range, we were looking for retracements back into the top end of this level and looking for longs again. And you can see that the market did pull back into the level. It did advance again for a period, and now the market sort of rolled over again with the change in sort of market sentiment. So we're not seeing too many fresh opportunities there on Great British Pound against the Swissy. One of our sort of more favored markets here at the moment that I'm keeping an eye on is Euro AUD, and this has been on our swing list here for a few days in the trading room. So if we take a look at Euro against the Aussie, the market here has pushed up against this 162.50 level. It's sort of quite a key price point here in this market, and we've been sort of finding a bit of having a bit of a battle here around this sort of area. Again, at the moment, what we're looking for is long opportunities if the market gets above that 162 sort of 50, and looking for advanced prices to the high side. The intraday opportunities here, the intraday trends and mid-time frames starting to look a little bit more cleaner. You can see that the market here on the 8-hour chart has broken through the 162. It's sort of finding a bit of support here. So again, long opportunities here above price is what we're sort of looking for. Now, of course, we've got Euro news taking place around early morning here in European time. So as long as that news is sort of positive for the euro, what we should see some continued sort of upward pressure here on the Euro AUD through today's trading session. So there's a few markets and a few opportunities that we're keeping a close eye on in the trading room at the beginning of this week, midweek. Certainly hope it helps, and look forward to speaking to you next time. Bye for now.